Hello students. So yesterday we have studied about that of the sclerenchyma. Sclerenchyma is different from that of the parenchyma and that of the collenchyma. Sclerenchyma, they are not living cells, they are dead cells. And the reason that why they are dead cell, it is because of the deposition of the lignin on its cell wall. That we call the lignification. So because of this lignification, this impermeable lignin do not allow water and that of the gases to pass from one cell to the another. So if there will be no exchange of the gases and the other material, then the cytoplasm will die and hence it will cause an empty space, that is lumen. Okay, and the cell, it become dead. The basic function of that of the sclerenchyma, that it gives strength, it helps in supporting. Okay. Now today we will start with the complex tissue, which is basically divided into xylem and phloem. Xylem. So xylem is a type of a complex permanent tissues. Okay, we have studied about the complex permanent tissues, and complex permanent tissue, the first type of a tissue in a complex permanent tissue is a xylem. We called it a complex one because you know that in a simple permanent tissue, it is made up of only one type of a cell. While if you see the xylem is made up of a different types of a cell. So all kind of cells, all different kind of cells are present in the xylem, and which joined together and composed a complex tissue, that is xylem. Okay, so under this complex tissues, we will see that xylems is having a different cells, and all the cells which made xylem, we use the term for that, and that is known as xylem elements. Okay, so we use the term that is xylem elements. Now, what are the different elements which is present in that of the xylem, student? And that is, the first one is the xylem vessels. Okay, vessels are present in it. Second one is the tracheids. Xylem tracheids are there. Xylem fiber, as well as that of the xylem parenchyma. Okay. Now these vessels, these xylem vessels, they are found in angiosperms. These are found in that of the angiosperms. While if we talk about the tracheids, you see these tracheids are basically found in that of the gymnosperms. Okay. So vessels are found in the angiosperms and tracheids are found in the gymnosperms. Now, the xylem fiber, when we talk about the fiber, student, this xylem fiber is same as we had discussed in that kind of a sclerenchyma. So we can say that xylem fiber are the sclerenchyma only. While that of the parenchyma is the xylem parenchyma. So it act as that of a parenchymatous cell. Now, when we talk about this vessel and that of the tracheid, students, so vessel and the tracheids, they are the dead cells. It means there is a lignification, there is a deposition of the lignin occur. So here also you can see that at maturity it become a dead cell because at maturity deposition of the lignin occurred in it. And due to the deposition of the lignin, due to the lignification process, it forms or it becomes a dead cell. And there is a formation of an empty space that is known as lumen. Okay. So both of them, whether it is a xylem or that of the tracheids, both are considered as a dead cell, because in both of them the cell wall is consisting of the lignin on it. Okay, whether either that of the xylem vessel or the tracheid, both undergo the process of a lignification. Now, if we see the xylem fiber, I already said that xylem fiber is acting as that of the sclerenchymatous cell, and we know that the sclerenchymatous cell, they also show the same property, that is, at maturity they become a dead cell. It means due to the deposition of the lignin, they also become a dead cell at maturity. While if you see in that of the parenchyma, so we already had studied in the parenchyma that they are having the cellulose wall, and due to which the exchange of the material can take place, and thus the parenchymatous cells are considered as a living cells. So out of all the element, whether this is that is the xylem vessel or xylem tracheids or a xylem fiber or xylem parenchyma, you see student, all the three, vessel, trachid and that of the fiber, these all are the dead cells, these all are the dead, while that of the xylem parenchyma is the only living cell which is found in the xylem. Okay. So you can see here some of the properties are given. In case of a xylem vessel, it is the main conducting cell. Xylem tracheids, it also conduct water, but are not as well adapted as vessels for this function. I'll explain you later. Fiber, they have no role in a water transport, but they function in support. You know that the sclerenchyma is the function of the sclerenchymatous cell. It provide a strength, a mechanical strength to that of the plant. So it basically help in giving the support to the plant. Okay, so the xylem fiber is there to give support, while that of the xylem parenchyma, they are the living tissues, so they help in the packaging. Okay, vessels and tracheids, they are the dead cells, and they forms the tube system through which the water can travel. So basically the tracheids and the vessels are responsible for the conduction of the water. Now, if you see the structure of the vessel and that of the trachea, then what you will find that both are lignified. But there is a change in its shape. That is, if you see the vessel student, you will find that these vessels, they are placed one over the other. See, this is the first vessel and this one is the second vessel. So they are placed one over the other and their walls are lignified, means their wall consisting of the lignin. Okay, and because of this lignin deposition, the inner content die and there is a space is formed in it. That space is known as lumen. Okay, that is known as lumen. So here you can see it is present one over the other. This is the first one and this is the second one. Okay, they are closely packed with each other. Okay, and the wall is having the lignin deposition, due to which the content present in it, the transportation of the water, the exchange of the gases cannot take place. Cytoplasm will die and leaving an empty space there inside, and that empty space is known as lumen. Okay, so in case of a vessel, the end wall, it dissolve when you see that of the vessels. So you see student, in case of the vessels, if you see the vessels here, then you find that the end wall of the vessels, I told you that vessels, they are placed one over the other. So xylem vessels, if you consider it like this is one vessel and this is the another vessel, so the end wall of these vessels, they get dissolved. Okay, you can see here the end walls, it get dissolved. So basically, if the end wall get dissolved, then you will find that there is a formation of a narrow capillary tube like a structure. A narrow tube like a structure will be formed. Okay, you can make other these vessels also. So you can see here these vessels, they all are placed over one over the other. These are the vessels. So if the end wall, it get dissolved, this one also, this one also, this one also, here also, then you will find that there is a tube like a structure, a narrow capillary tube like a structure is formed in between to that of the vessels. Okay, not only this, student, if you see the vessels properly, then you will find that these vessels, when you see the vessels, then you find that these vessels at the sideway area where the lignin deposition is occurred. Okay, that lignin deposition, in the some places there is no deposition of the lignin, due to which that area will be as an empty area, which we call as the pits. Okay, so you can see here, see if these are the two vessels which are combined together. This is one, this one is the another one. So you can see here when the walls between them get dissolved, due to which there is a formation of a narrow tube like a structure, while the other vessels which is connected to it at the side position where the lignin deposition occur, there also you will find a small gaps are there, which we call as a pits. Okay, I can show you by a rough diagram. If suppose this is a one vessel which is kept over the other one like that. Okay, so these vessels, they are having a small gaps between them. Okay, because their wall get dissolved. Okay, and if the wall get dissolved here also, okay, so this wall if get dissolved, you will find that there is a narrow tube like a structure is formed in it. Now the another vessels which is connected with these vessels, they are also having the same kind of a tube like a structure. Okay, narrow tube like a structure is also here. Okay, now see here, students, the wall of this vessels, it is made up of lignin. It is having the deposition of a lignin. So at some places, at the some area of this wall, the lignin deposition does not occur, and at such area there is an empty space, there is some gaps present in it, and these gaps are called as a pits. Okay, these gaps are known as a pits. Okay, pits, it means hole. So these pits are responsible for transferring of the water from one vessel to the another vessels. You will be able to understand. So these are the walls, is this is the this is the vessels, and vessels, you can see here there is a wall dissolve, and due to which the water can go easily. Okay, here also if the another vessel will be there, then you will find there is a pits which is present here. Okay, and these pits are responsible for the transportation of the water from one vessel to the another. Now when we talk about the tracheids, you can see here these tracheids, they are also closely packed, they are also compactly arranged close to each other, but they are having a tapering end. If you see, it is like this. They are also very close to each other, right? Okay, so They are close to each other, and their walls are also lignifying. It means in their wall lignin deposition also occur. Okay, and due to which the cells of the xylem tracheids are also dead cells. Now you can see here in tracheids also you will find a pits are present on it. Okay, small pits are present all over the wall of the tracheids. Now see here, when we see that of the xylem vessel to that of the trachea, what you will observe? You will observe one thing, student, that is, if suppose we see that of the tracheids and that of the vessels. So vessels are what? It is a tapering, it is having the tapering in. So if suppose it is like that, and here also you will find a pits are present, and these pits are present here, these pits are present here. Okay, there are some other one are also. One second. Okay, so other are also closely packed with it, closely attached with it. Here also a pit is there. But in case of a vessel, student, you see a vessel. Okay, here also pits are present. Now see, when the water will move in case of the vessels, you can see that water will be pulled off to the upper side very in a straight path. It have to move at a straight path. But here in case of that of the tracheids, you will see the water at first it will goes this way, then it will turn, again it will bend, and then it will move here, then it will move, and then it will bend, then it will move upward, then it will bend, then it will move upward. So you can see the flow is that at first it goes straight up, then bend, then it will go up, then it will bend, but here you see that it will flow directly upward. You can see here the movement of that of the trachea in case of the movement of the water in case of a trachea, and that in case of a vessel. So the flow of water in case of a vessel is straight as it is having a long straight tube. While in case of the tracheids, you can see here, students, in case of a trachea, the movement of the water through the pits is zigzag. That is, it is not effective in the conduction of the water. Okay, because here it will go with the help of the transpiration pull, it will go straight up, but here the motion is a zigzag, and that's why you know that this movement of the water, this conduction of the water is more effective as compared to the conduction of the water in case of the tracheids. So you see that the conduction is more effective in it, and that is why these vessels are found in case of the angiosperms, and tracheids are present in that of the gymnosperms. Okay, so that's why we know that the angiosperms, they are more evolved as compared to that of the gymnosperms. So tracheids are found in the gymnosperms, and vessels are found in the angiosperms. Now, when we see the section of this tracheids and that of the xylem trachea and vessels, then what we will find, student? We will see that the section of a xylem vessel and a trachea, they are having a narrow lumen, and empty space is present in it. And this is because of the deposition of the lignin. Tracheids, they are having a wider lumen due to the less deposition of the lignin, and vessels, they are having a thicker lumen due to the more deposition of the lignin. And that is why the vessel wall is thicker and the trachea wall is thinner. Let me understand you by this. If some section of that of the xylem vessels and tracheids, Then what we will find, most of the time these cells are basically present in the hexagonal or a polygonal shaped cell. So you will find that it is the shape and the lignification has occurred to this of the cell. You can see this is the cell. So here the lignification process already had occurred, and due to which a lumen is present, an empty space is present in it. Now you can see, you can compare this, then you will find that the lumen which is present in that of the this vessels, they are smaller as compared to the lumen which is present in that case of the tracheids. So the difference is that the cell wall of this vessels, they are having more lumen as compared to the cell wall of that of the tracheids. Trachid is having very less amount of a less deposition of a lignin is there, and due to which if a less lignin is present in it, the space between them will be more. Okay, you can compare it with that of the straw. So the wall of the straw, if you see the wall of the straw, if it is thicker, then you will see a very less space will be present by which present in it. That the space area of that straw through which the water come up when we take a sip, then that area is known, that empty area we consider it as a lumen. So if a straw is thicker, that wall of the straw is thicker, so that wall we will consider it as the wall of the vessels, okay, where the deposition of the lignin will be more, and due to which the space area will be less, that is lumen will be less. In case of that of the tracheids, the wall, it is having very less deposition of the lignin, and due to which the area of the inner space, the empty space will be more, and we can say that the lumen present in that of the tracheids is more and less deposition of the lignin will be present. So this is the tracheids and that of the xylem vessels. Now we will see that what is the difference before we go further and see the overall structure of that of the xylem consisting of the tracheids vessel and the xylem parenchyma. We will should understand the difference between that of the tracheids and the vessel. Now see here student, when we talk the tracheids and that of the vessels, you will observe that the tracheids are the part of the xylem, and these are elongated, narrow tube-like dead and empty cells with a hard, thick and lignified wall with large cell cavity. So it is a tube-like structure which is dead and that of the empty. Here it is having a elongated and a tapering ends are present in that of the tracheids. Okay, you know that a tapering end is present in it. Here also it is having the lignified and a large cell cavity. It means a wider lumen is present in that of the tracheids. While in case of a vessel, they are cylindrical. Okay, they are cylindrical tubular structure which is formed of rows of the cells, and these row of cells, they are placed one over the other. Okay, and they are connected by a means of a plate which is the pores present in it, and through which the water can move upward. Here the movement of the water is following the straight path. Okay, while in case of the tracheids, you see the movement of the water is in the zigzag position, and due to which a efficiency or efficient amount of water is not conducted by that of the tracheids. Tracheids are found alone in the wood of the ferns and the gymnosperms. Right now we discussed that the tracheids are basically found in that of the gymnosperms, while the vessels, they are found in that of the angiosperms along with the tracheids. In some of the angiosperms, tracheids and that of the vessels, both are present in it, but tracheids, they are basically found in case of the gymnosperm, means it is alone present in that of the gymnosperms. It means that in gymnosperm tracheids are present, but vessels are not present, but in that of the angiosperms, tracheid as well as vessels both are present in it. Okay. Angiosperms, it is more evolved, more developed as compared to that of the gymnosperm. Now, if you see in case of a tracheids, its main conduction is of water and mineral, as well as it gives mechanical support to that of the plant body. While here, it conduction is to that of the water and mineral from the root to the leaves, and the mechanical support is also an important function of the vessel. So here they are performing almost the same kind of a structure, as the same kind of a function, but the conduction, it may vary, means the conduction more efficient way is carried by that of the vessel. That's why due to transpiration pull, they are able to take a lot of water from the roots to that of the leaves of angiosperms. While in case of gymnosperms, that conduction is not very in a proper way, not very efficient. Okay, although both of them, they perform the same function, that is they give a mechanical support to the plant body. So this is the basic difference between that of the tracheid and that of the xylem vessels. Now, if we see the complete tissue together, that is the tissue of the xylem, then we find that is the tracheid vessel, xylem parenchyma, and the xylem fibers. So, by seeing the structure, we are able to identify. How? If we see the lignified wall with lumen, we can say that these must be a xylem vessels, or it can be a tracheid. If we see the xylem fibers, they are also thick wall, but they do not have a pits. That is the difference between that of the xylem fibers, which is also a sclerenchymatous tissue, and which is also having a lumen and a lignified wall as like that of the vessel and the tracheid. But the only difference between these two, that is xylem vessel or tracheids, they are having pits on it, but that of the xylem fiber, it does not have a pit on it. So, by seeing the lignified wall, we can say it is, and with the help and with lumen also, we can say that it is a xylem vessel or it is a xylem tracheids. If we see the xylem fibers are there, so we can say that this is the thick wall xylem fiber is there, and but they do not have a pits in it, while that of the xylem parenchyma, they are thin wall, and they are having the intercellular spaces, this which is the peculiar property of a parenchymatous cell. Okay, so you can see here, students, this is the parenchymatous cells are present here. These parenchymatous cells are having the intercellular spaces. They are thin walled. These are the double thick wall. This is, you can say, it is the sclerenchymatous cells, which is having the lignin. There is no pits are present in it, and that's why we can say it is a xylem fiber. If you see the pitted vessel, so it is a xylem vessel which is present in it. That xylem vessel is having a lumen and a pits is present in it. Okay, as well as the spiral vessel is present, annual end spiral vessel, you can see here. So annual end, a tapering end is present in that of the tracheids. So pitted vessels are there, it means xylem vessels, and tracheids are there. These are the xylem parenchyma, and that is a sclerenchymatous tissues, which is the xylem fiber. Now we will see two terms which we can see in that of the xylem, that is related to the xylem. The first one is the protoxylem and the second one is the metaxylem. So proto, it means first. So when the plant tissue is formed, whenever xylem is formed, we called it a protoxylem. And after that, which xylem is formed, we called it a metaxylem. So normally we can say that the protoxylem is the first formed xylem. The first formed xylem is known as the protoxylem. You can see here, this is the protoxylem. This is the first form. Okay, so that's why we called it a protoxylem. Later on, when the cell develops, at that time the other xylems are formed, that is known as a metaxylem. So the initial one, the first form is protoxylem, and here it is called metaxylem. The difference is that the protoxylem are smaller, while the metaxylem, you can see here, this is the protoxylem, student. Protoxylem is smaller while the metaxylem is larger, but the function is same as that of the xylem. The difference is in their size, and difference is in their formation when it is formed. Okay, so first which is formed, that is proto, and the later on which is formed, that is meta. Okay, the basic function when we talk about the xylem, so you all know the function of the xylem is to conduct water and mineral from that of the root to that of the leaves, where they take this water and continue the process of the photosynthesis, right? Now see, xylem and xylem tracheate and vessels both are having the same function. They help in the conduction of the water from the roots to that of the leaf. Although you see, due to the transpiration pull, the water it goes straight up. Why? Because the movement of the water is in the opposite direction, in the upward direction. So it is basically due to the transpiration pull, this water is conducted to the upward direction, to the above part or to the shoot part of the plant, that is leaves. You see here, student, these are the xylem vessels and these are the xylem tracheates. You can see here the lumen. In case of that of the vessel, you can see it is a straight path. It will follow a straight path, and here it will follow a zigzag path, and due to which the effective conduction occur in that of the vessel, while that of the tracheates, the effective conduction is not possible. And because of that, you can see the angiosperms, they get a proper amount of water because they possess vessels, and because of that the angiosperms are taller. Okay,